Kind of wild, but we were actually talking about this in the clinic this morning, and they're starting to offer this test here soon at the clinic that we went to. We've been looking in the States, and it's like $600, but it makes me mad because I'm like, we pay an asinine amount for like great insurance, and of course it's not covered in the States. Like, surprise, surprise. Anyways, we've definitely always suspected this, so obviously we don't think like, okay, so it's a well-known fact that autism is heterogeneous, so it has a bunch of different either onsets, a bunch of different like factors that play a role into like someone's autism diagnosis, right? Some say it can be like a response to trauma, some say that it can be genetic, some say that it could be a plethora of different things. And so for our son, it's really like abnormal to us how he was completely neurotypical presenting up until 22 months of age, and that is when he suffered like a very severe regression. If you're unfamiliar, at 22 months of age, our son had like nearly 30 words that he could independently tell us, say like, mama, la you. He would say like sentence structure even, like obviously like 2 to 3 word sentences, but like, you know, I want. He could say these things, and then overnight he didn't talk again for months. Like literally that insane. And I don't know if people can understand that, but like he would literally wave, say hi, and he was like, oh, I just loved attention from people, right? To like looking at a wall and just like moaning and groaning all day long. Complete 180, like just not, sorry, he is over here talking. He's talking to his toys. Anyways, but it's just a complete difference. So like that was just, it looked like a TBI. Like through and through, the way that we've been like looking for different treatment options, we've been treating it like a TBI. We truly think that something happened. One of the things that happened, and I'm not saying like one way or the other, I would hate to tell people what to think, but two things that happened actually. One, he went to a wellness appointment, and he received 6 because he somehow got behind. He then received 6 of these things that you get at children's wellness things. And then when we started doing his medical history to figure out what may have happened, that came to my mind. And then also it was fudged on the state record. So they keep a record of these things for schooling and whatnot. They fudged the dates. His passport is stamped to be out of the country when he received these. So that was kind of a red flag. And I'm like, well, why would they have fudged the dates? What's the purpose of that? Come to find out, it was too soon from the previous round. So it wouldn't have counted and insurance wouldn't have covered it. But this medical clinic didn't even tell me that they fudged the dates. Normally I probably would have been like, oh, okay, and not thought anything of it until this occurred. And then I was like, I didn't know what to do. Like literally still to this day, don't even know what to do. Like I think they're safe in every way possible because they're medical in the States. Anyways, so I don't know if our son can process these things correctly, or maybe it was just an incident where it was too potent. Did you know that like my 4-pound preemie baby at at her 1 month checkup, she was, I think, maybe 5 pounds. And my son, who was a 90th percentile baby, he was 10 pounds at his 1 month. Like literally twice the weight. They received the same dose. Did you know that? She ended up being fine. So I don't know. If there was a genetic component that we can't see and it had to do with like this gene mutation where they cannot process it, that would make total sense. Why some in families do and some other families have all of their kids have it, or you know what I'm saying? It all makes sense, but it's something that we can't, this is the only test we got for it, and it's not very widespread. It's not covered by insurance. They're not making it easy on us, but I definitely think that this could be why a lot of the studies are pointing to the BBB. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I really love this. If you are in the autism community or you're like an ASD toddler mom, I would highly recommend looking into this because it's very, very interesting. If you're looking, if you don't want to look, don't look. Don't follow me. If you don't like what I'm posting, you don't like what I'm saying, move along. I don't care. You think whatever you want, but if you're interested like me, I highly recommend looking into this.